Hello, and it's Fan Goodbye back to another video, and tonight we're going to be looking at the FansHobby take on Energon Wing Saber. But before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 500 subs by the end of March. And also comment down below which the video, or what else you'd like to see in a video. So onto the figure himself. Here we have Wing Saber in his Cybertronian stealth bomber mode, and I say Cybertronian because I personally, and I could be totally wrong on this, I've never seen a stealth bomber so unaerodynamically bulky. So, yeah. But, yeah, overall, it does look very good, despite the jokes and all that. So, let's take a quick look at the details. So, got some, focus, thank you. Get some nice white paint for underneath. I do kind of worry about the longevity of this because the center portion should be fine. There's enough black plastic protruding that it shouldn't rub or anything. It's the side bits that are a little bit more concerning, but I could be totally wrong on that. We all know until the future comes here. So, but you get some nice silver paint for right here, some nice white. Get a nice red stripe right there. You get some missile pods. These were supposed to be intakes on the original, but I guess since the intakes are right there, they had to do missiles. But you get a missile pod right there with some nice detailing around it. Get some silver down there, which we talk about later. And then this section right here is just done phenomenally. You get some gold, silver, red, black with some glossy red right there. And I do wish this was picked out in silver, but it's totally fine. Ultimately, it's the back of the robot. You're more than likely never going to see it. So, other than when you're in alt mode. But yeah, he looks really, really good. And as you can see, he does have his traditional landing gear. You get the two wheels and the, well, I guess two wheels right here as well. So, yeah, so he can roll very, very nicely. So there is that. For a real quick size comparison though, here we have G1 Prime, just to show you how wide and big he is. So, yeah. And for one more size comparison, let me grab him off camera over here. I don't know how I'm going to fit these both on camera. So, here is the original with the FansHobby take. And as you can see, they were pretty faithful to the update. I don't have the missiles on mine because I think they're in my parts bin. I have no idea. But yeah, you can again see where they kept the similarities, what they decided to go stylize a little bit. So I do like how they even mimic these with the same hip flaps. So that's nice. And one thing I'm grateful for, they hit the head. So, oh, and that this is not done in transparent plastic. So granted, that's not broken to my knowledge on anyone, but don't quote me on that. So, yeah, overall, I really do enjoy this stealth bomber, so let's see how that robot mode looks. So, first things first, you do want to just go ahead and flip in the wheels. Put those all in. Then come to the feet, rotate them 180 if you opted for, that look instead. There we go, on some nice ratchets. And then the legs lock into like 5 different places. So first things first, you got to unhook this hip flap and this hip flap. So get those unhooked. Get those unhooked. Next, you want to disconnect it from here and here. So get that done and unhook that. And now it's ready to drop. So go ahead and bring it down. You can flip up the hip skirts all the way. This one, you do need to bring it out at the actual hip joint a little bit so you can rotate it around on this awful sounding joint. Like, oh, that's nail on a chalkboard. But then go ahead and flip this around, bring down the waist the rest of the way, and there is a foot. So do the same thing for this side. So unhook, flip around, so you can unhook, then unhook it there. Finally, unhook it right here, which this does have a lot of leverage, which I was kind of surprised about. So, that's also another complaint, but we'll get that later. Get that connector back. Bring this down, rotate, bring it out a little bit so you can. Oh, rotate that around. Go ahead and combine the waist up. Flip those sections down, rotate that up, flip around the gun, and there you go. There you got the legs all done. So going to raise it up as high as I can go for right now. So go ahead and flip down his chest, come back here, flip this all the way down, then come to these sections right here, and they will just raise up. His head is hidden in there, so go ahead and combine them together. So get this combined up. And the first time I did this, they did not want to go together. Thankfully, it has made it a lot easier. So go ahead and collapse these back down. Then for the arms, just rotate them in. Take this pylon, rotate it around. Take this panel right here, flip it around 180. Bring down the section. Rotate the elbow up so you can get to his fist. Then you want to rotate it around. Rotate around. Come on. I said rotate around. Come on. You know you want to. Why do you make things difficult? There we go. Rotate around. Flip that panel down. And put this back down. There is an arm. So do the same thing for this side. So flip it around. Flip this piece around. Bring it down. Rotate the elbow up so you can get this panel up. Flip around the fist. I might have to loosen that screw up just a little bit. Then flip down that panel. And there you go. Oh, whoops. Forgot to rotate this around. Now you got Energon Wing Saber in his robot mode. And he looks very, very good. So, cleans up very nicely. That is for certain. So, yeah. Let's take a quick look at that face sculpt. So, focus. Thank you. Get the nice green for the eyes, silver for the faceplate. Looks very nice. Faithful to the original toy. And you get some nice silver for these sections right here. The chest is done wonderfully with that kind of gunmetal gray right there with the outlined in white. Silver right here and all that. And you got two places for some giant Autobot symbols. So, yeah, not too bad. Oh, and one optional thing you can do is you can pull out his toes, but personally I think that just looks ridiculous, so I just leave them collapsed. Alright, so for articulation, the head can look up a little bit, down a little bit. Can only turn about 5, not even 5 degrees, but honestly I think that's all you would really need, seeing that he's got these in the way. Arms can't do a full 360, but what they can do is if you lift these panels up, you can get forward all the way, back maybe like 3 clicks, can move out all the way, you get above the elbow rotation, you get 90 degrees plus a little bit extra for the double jointed elbow. Put these back down. You do get a wrist rotation with opening and closing fingers. Now, unfortunately, they are molded together. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. Now, he does not have a waist joint, which is kind of sucky since they did find a way to do it with their Armada Optimus. But you do get an ab crunch. So, and if you move his chest out just a little bit, you do get the full 90. So that's nice. You get, if you get these hip skirts out of the way, so bring this down, flip this up, flip up his butt plate. You get forward that far, back that far, get the arms out of the way. Can do almost the full splits. You get, horrible sounding thigh rotation. You get, nope, that is not how you activate the knee joint. Come on, stay, plug, yeah. Nope, okay. There we go. Okay, let's see if this knee will actually work. Okay, I swear, you do get actual knee joints. So, yeah, I do like this though. So there is that, and the feet do have ankle tilt as well, which is nice. And thanks to transformation, you get rotation, and they actually worked in a toe joint, so up and down. So there is that. Now, why don't you just stay connected? There we go. Come on. Okay. Now, are you going to actually stay? All right. For real quick size comparisons, here we have G1 Prime, so you can see he gets very, very tall. And here we have him with his counterpart. So, yeah, honestly, I was expecting him to be a little bit taller than his original. So, but the one thing I can give the original is there is no annoying squeaking joints. Yay! At least on my copy, so. Yeah. So, overall, as I drop something, he looks very nice. Oh, and he does actually have firing missiles in these. Yeah, they're very annoying. So I'm not going to lose them. So, yeah, overall, I really do enjoy this figure. So, but he does have, you know, his fight or flight mode with Optimus. At least that's what I call those modes. So, let's get down to flight. So first things first, you do want to go ahead and rip off the legs without pulling that panel up. The one thing I also want to say is these panels are very annoying to get down. So I will fight with that off camera. So, but yeah, so those are pretty much just ready to go. I'm going to lower the camera as well while he does a full 360 almost. All right, so for this, you want to go ahead and split the head. I'm not looking to break it. There we go. Go ahead and split him in half. Go ahead and flip in the head to hide it away, and it will snap down in place. Then take the arms, untab it, flip it around all the way. Basically return this whole section to its alt mode configuration. So get this open, get this open. I said, get it open, please. Why don't you want to open? There we go. Okay, there we go. Flip this in, then make sure this lines up. Then just collapse this up, rotate this around, and if you want to, you can rotate it around to give you some more detail. So come to this section, go ahead and pull out the hand. Then you want to take it and rotate it on that joint, and you're more or less good to go. So do the same thing for this side. So flip this all out, get the hand in. So get this panel up, rotate this hand in, flip it in, flip up, so slide up, rotate around, get this rotated around as well. Then go ahead and hide away the head, get this head hidden away, get this down. Then go ahead and pull out the hand. So get this pulled out. There we go. Then just go ahead and rotate it on that horrible joint. Away. Oh, that is just gosh darn awful. But there you go. There you have Wing Saber ready to go. So if you give me just 1 minute, I'm going to fight with this panel and also bring in Optimus. Alright, got that panel fixed, and I forgot to turn back on my lights. Alright, now they did include one extra thing to fix the Optimus. Now, if you weren't a fan of his face sculpt, which I have right here, so if you weren't a fan of that, then they did give you a new one, and I already have it installed. It is very easy to install. You simply just pop it off at the base of the ball joint, unscrew the screw that holds it in place, and then just, you know, pop it on, screw it back in, pop on the ball joint, and you're good to go. So, enough about that. To get him combined, don't you dare fall. I have the other guy off camera, so go ahead and give Prime some new boots. So get this down in there, which can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. So if that doesn't need to stay down, push that in all the way. Do the same thing for this side. So get this slid in. There we go. Then I gotta raise up some more. All right. Then just slide this section on. Oh, make sure that goes into there. Slide that on. Make sure he stands up. Oh, he is leaning because he is sideways heavy. Nope, stay. Get this slid on as well. Then open up the chest. And there you go. There you have Optimus in flight mode. And it looks, very good. So, overall, this was never my favorite of the two modes, honestly. So, yeah. But as far as like articulation, you get the same articulation as you had with Optimus. So, the full 360 at the shoulders, with these 360s. Thanks to the ab crunch, you actually do get an elbow, but you get less than 90 degrees. You get a rotation at the actual wrist. Fingers are fully articulated. You get the joint here, joint here. Well, hold on. Let's see. Focus. Thank you. Joint there, joint there, joint there, and all that. So, and the thumbs on a ball joint with a single, if I can keep that out, joint at the right there. So you get the come on. You get waist rotation. Legs still do all the articulation. You get the 90 degrees of knee bend and all of that fun stuff. So there's that. Now, for the real quick size comparison, he just loves to lean backwards. G1 Prime. So there is that. And, oops. There. Okay. And here we have mine that I tried to fix the hips, but I would have to disassemble a lot of things. So, yeah, overall, definitely an improvement. He can actually stand. He can't, as you can see. So, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to put this guy back in his robot mode, and also same thing with him, and get on to what I call fight mode. So just give me 1 second. Let me just, please. Okay, 1 second. Alright, got at least half of him done, because the other half is just going to be me repeating it. So, let's start with the legs. So first things first, go ahead and flip this out all the way, so that way you can flip this up, push in his head, and bring this down and snap it in. So to get the foot done, you want to go ahead and bring up this panel, flip around the hand, get that panel lined up, then rotate it around 180, and then using this second elbow joint, rotate it up as much as possible, so that way you can use the actual elbow to flip this up. Then rotate that down, and you got the base of a foot. To get the rest of the foot, flip this panel up, flip this up, flip this around, flip the butt panel up as well, then raise this up a little bit along with that. Now the goal is to get this port going into this tab right here, and this tab right there into that port. So go ahead and flip this all up, make sure that panel's all the way down as well. So then get this up all as much as possible, tab these side bits in, then just collapse all this down, flip this up, get that, make sure that stays down, and there you go. There you have a foot all ready to go. Now we got 2 feet. So get these off to the back. Now for the arm, they did some weird things, and I'm not 100% agreeing with it personally, but I'll get to that in a minute. So first things first, go ahead and untab it from these two. Rotate this down, rotate it 180. Next, you want to take this panel right in here, take it out, flip it up, and push it down. That'll cover up that kind of ugly gap. But then you want to take this panel, flip it up. Come on, flip it up. There we go. Then push it in, and that allows for the arm to go in. So speaking of the arm, go ahead and rotate it, about 90 degrees, so that way the elbows are in properly. Flip out the fist. Flip it out as far as you can as I throw my spudger. 1 second. Come here, you. Okay, got the spudger. So go ahead and bring this down as far as it'll go. And as you see, there's those 2 panels that come out. You want to make sure the hand is rotated down as far as possible, that you also want to get your spudger, bring it in, and these will go ahead and slide up, and it will fill in this gap. It won't fill in this, but there's nothing I could have really done in that small space. And focus. You can see that there is 2 tabs and 2 slots. You can barely make out the tabs, but you can see the 2 slots. Flip that up, and there you go. Then rotate the fist so the thumb is oriented properly with that ball joint. Flip out the cannon, and you are good to go. So now that we got 2 arms done, we bring in our Optimus. Okay, so get these kind of off to the side. Now you do want to make sure that this detailing is facing in, so go ahead and slide your prime in. This is much easier to slide in and get out than, you know, these as feet, in my opinion, because you got to work with this stinking knee joint. Oh, that knee joint was annoying when trying to decombine them. But anyways, so get this kind of, there we go. Nope. Come on. Okay, I'll fight with it later. So go ahead and raise them up. Raise up this. Go ahead and slot in the arms. Slot these in. Oh yeah, I also got to rotate this 90 degrees, so it's facing, you know, forward. Gotta get this slotted in as well. Open up his chest to complete the combination, and there you go. There you have Fight Mode Optimus Prime, and it looks pretty good. It looks really good. Just need some Autobot symbols right there, at least on one of the sides. I do kind of wish that they did carry over some detailing from the original, because the original had this kind of vent outlined in yellow. So, yeah. But overall, it looks good. Now, articulation-wise, it's, you know, Core Prime is the exact same. You get the get the 90 degrees and all that. So you do get some you know what? Just lower the camera down. Okay, you do get some actual toe tilt along with some heel tilt, so that's nice. So that way he is always sitting somewhat flush, assuming this panel right down here wants to sit flush. So get that kind of tilted as well. Now I do kind of, again, that paint on the bottom, not the biggest fan of that like that, but I mean, it's their party, so it should last, hopefully. Now, the one weird thing that they did is they made the hands to where you can't exactly flip these up onto the sides right here. If you wanted them flipped up, you gotta basically do this method where, you know, you can flip this up and then you can rotate the fist, but then you've pretty much locked out of, you know, normal elbow bend and articulation. So, yeah. Now, one thing I wish that they did was, let me just pop this off, is rotate this around, then you flip this around. That makes it look like he's actually holding the gun. That would have been so cool for them to do. But, oh well, I guess they didn't. So, get this back to how it was. Slide this back on. Oh, and rotate it. Okay. So, get this all slid back on. Now, again, you do get the, you know, you get less than 90 with this elbow, unfortunately, but, oh, what can you do? But anyways, for the real quick size comparison, G1 Prime, as you can see, and let me bring in my original, assuming he stands, because those hips are pretty loose. So, yeah, please stand, Optimus. Okay, don't fall. So, yeah, they did a pretty good job of updating it. They got rid of the head knee. That's a major plus. This one can actually stand, unlike this one. To be fair, he's been overweight for how many years now? So, 20 years? Gosh darn it, I feel old. So, yeah. But, oh well. Now, get this back there. So, yeah, overall, I do really think the FansHobby Energon Wing Saber is good. Could use still some improvements, like this configuration. I do wish that they've made it to where this could slide up here or something. Made it to where you could swap them around if you wanted to make him look like he's actually holding these guns and all that. The lack of a waist swivel is kind of weird because they did, like I said, they did find a way to do it with their Armada Optimus. So I don't know why they couldn't carry that over to this, other than maybe the ab crunch got in the way. I don't know. I'm not a toy designer personally, so can't speak of that. But overall, it is definitely an improvement over the original. You know, you get head articulation, get an ab crunch, like I said. The head actually hides away so much better than the original. So, yeah, overall, I do really dig it. So, now they do have two sets up. They have it where you can buy just Wing Saber if you wanted that, or they're doing it to where you can get just the Cab Prime, I'm assuming with the fixed head, or that's still going to come with Wing Saber, and it's going to come with Wing Saber for about 300 USD, something like that. I'll have links to Wing Saber and Prime Plus Wing Saber in the description below to Shozy, not sponsored. So, but yeah. But I think that's about it, so don't forget to like, subscribe, all the fun stuff, and stay tuned for more video reviews.